So K-pop Demon Hunters. We all know it, don't we? The new hit kids game movie. Extremely popular with the kids, heavily loved by the adults, and accepted by all. Except me. Okay, listen. This movie is good, okay? I think this movie is okay. But the amount of hype for this movie is insane. So I'm here to answer the question of the title. Is this movie as good as people have been saying it is? No. It is not, okay? There are a lot of good things about this movie, okay? The original concept, which I find very good because a lot of things right now aren't original. But there are some things in it that I do not like, which is a lot.
Yes.
Now listen, I walked into this movie with high expectations. You might be thinking, why do you have such high expectations? Why? Because there are people who have been saying that K-pop Demon Hunters is apparently the best movie in cinema history. Like, have you people even watched Avengers Endgame, The Godfather, or even the...
Shall do my wonders.
Those movies are so much better than K-pop Demon Hunters in every single way. I'm telling you. Alright. So, the movie begins. So the movie starts off. We're basically introduced to the idea of the film. This is a world of demons. And there are a group of people who hunt these demons.
You should probably snack on the way.
And the first group of these hunters created this barrier around the world called the Hun Moon.
I kind of do, but we won't have time to...
And we also get the main villain called Gima. He's the ruler of the demons, blah, blah, blah. There's a demon realm. And now, the responsibility falls to the main characters of the film. You've got Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. The three main characters. They're the new Demon Hunters. And they're also a K-pop band. To be honest, I got PTSD from BTS whenever I watch this movie, so it's probably another reason why I don't like it. But anyways, so they go to this concert. They're on a plane heading towards this concert, and we get this exposition. The fans are talking about who they are, where they came from, stuff like that. And we see that they're on a plane. They're eating food. They're clearly big bags. And then we find out that the pilots and the other people on the plane besides the hunters are demons. Then they fight. And there's a scene in this that I would like to bring up later. That scene in particular is when Mira takes a teapot and just bashes that demon's face in. They take the teapot and proceed to just beat them up over and over relentlessly. Oh my god! Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
The other
Like-
stuff, right?
And then the plane just starts, it just crumbles. And then they go down to the concert and they sing their song, and we see a little bit of the goal, right? We see like little snippets of it, stuff like that. Yeah. And well, then Rumi, her voice starts to feel a little weird. And then they start getting ready for this vacation, their vacation. They're gonna be on vacation for 3 months. Vacation. And then we get introduced to probably my favorite character, Bobby. And the reason he is my favorite character in the whole movie is because he's played by Ken Jeong. I mean, can you blame me? Alright. So, then they released a new song called Golden. Ha ha, because the Golden Honeymoon and a song called Golden. Very funny. Then it's revealed that Rumi is a demon. So she hunts demons, she hates demons, and it turns out she is a demon. Where have I seen this before? Alright. And they're practicing for their new song, and then Rumi, her voice, it stops working. And then we gotta go to the scene where they just run out of the building and just start trauma dumping for no reason.
Boring!
And she's all like, how am I supposed to fix the world when I don't have my voice? And then we see the pilots, right? We see the ghosts, we see the demons, and Gima gets mad at them. And he calls them pathetic and useless. And then we see a boy band. It's a group of demons who are called a boy band. But they're just a group of demons who want to kill people and suck their souls out. And they're called the Saja Boys. And then we get Gino.
You just made a mistake.
I left them!
And the other Saja Boys, which I personally hate, because I just want to ask you one thing. Do you guys remember when villains were good? Like Death from Puss in Boots 2? Or Syndrome from The Incredibles? Who was definitely the best villain in fiction? Or Am, who was the biggest hater in fiction? These guys were way better villains than Ura. Like, Am had the pure hate.
Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore. I am.
It would not equal 1/1 billion of the hate I feel for the humans of this micro instant. You hate.
Syndrome had the aura and the comedy, as evidenced by...
Oh no. Elastigirl? You married Elastigirl? Oh, and got busy!
And then Death, he had the pure horror factor.
Puss in Boots laughs in the face of death.
right? But you're not laughing now. Or no, bounty hunter. You are daft.
What the f*** is this piece of shit?
And the Sasha boys, all they got is so yeah. They're not even that menacing, they just kinda exist.
You are so disappointing on so many levels.
It's funny, but there are just some moments with them I just cannot stand. Like the first time that we see them in their fake human disguise, there was a uncomfortable joke where Mira and Zoe look at Abby's abs and their eyes just turn into popcorn, and it's but every time there's an ab joke in this movie, I'm just uncomfortable.
It's so funny. It's such a good joke. No, it's not. That wasn't funny. Please never speak to me again.
Alright, I'm uncomfortable. And also, for some reason, the pacing in this movie is so fast. I don't know how many people have realized this, but the pacing in this movie is extremely fast. We go from the introduction to the villains being introduced in what feels like 5 seconds. And there's a bunch of other stuff just jammed in there that goes by super fast for no reason. The pacing is so fast. I don't get it. Like, why? It's way too fast. Way too fast. Everything just goes by super quickly. Now I don't know why. So then we see the Sasha boys do the concert, and we see what is probably the most annoying movie scene in this history of cinema. Well, aside from MCU, Smart Hulk, that is. We get the soda pop scene. Now, when I tell you, I literally got flashbacks to BTS when I saw that scene. I am not exaggerating, okay? They are damn near a direct copy of BTS. I am telling you. Alright? I hated watching that scene. I have heard the song Soda Pop about 5,000 times within the span of the last 2 weeks. I have heard these songs so many times to the point that the songs aren't even good to me. They're annoying. I hate them. They are so annoying. I have heard Golden or Takedown or Dun Dun Dun, whatever it's called, thousands and thousands of times over the span of a couple of months. It is so annoying. At this point, the songs aren't even from the movie anymore. They're just a meme. They're just a meme at this point. Well, anyways, the Sasha boys start taking over all the fans, and basically the Huntrix girls try to kill them, but it fails horribly because the leather has betrayed them. Yeah. That scene.
Huntrix is in the balls!
And may I bring up Gima, the main villain of this film. We get a scene where they say that the plan is working and they're all happy and stuff, blah blah blah. The demons are happy, by the way, that's what I meant to say. And Gima, he congratulates Gino, but I'd like to say something about Gima. For someone who is the main villain, how is he on screen for 4 minutes? 4 minutes! In a 1 hour and 30-minute movie, how is the main villain of this said movie only on screen for 4 minutes? How? There is an hour and a half span that this movie has, maybe even more, and you only put the main villain of the movie in the movie that is 1 hour and 30 minutes long, maybe even longer, for 4 minutes on screen. And we probably hear his voice even less. Like, are you kidding me? What do you mean? He is the main villain of the movie. He's only on screen for 4 minutes. Ah. Okay. I have now recollected myself, and I am now going to continue on with the movie. So, Genu wants to meet up with Lumi because he's found out that she is part demon. They have this little chat, and Genu basically calls out the fact that she's just a demon, even though she's also a demon hunter. So yeah. And then he just disappears. Just straight up disappears. I don't get that. I don't know why he didn't just stay there for a little bit longer, because they just gotta do the comedic effect thing where the guy disappears before he can get attacked. Duh. And then we get this montage where they create this new song called Takedown. It's basically a diss track for the Sasha Boys. And, yeah. And in this sequence, basically we see that Rumi is feeling bad about her having patterns and is feeling, I guess, kind of sympathetic with the other demons. But I have a question. What do you mean you're feeling sympathetic now when another demon brings up your demon patterns, but you didn't care about them only a couple of days earlier when your sister, essentially, was beating a demon's face in with a coffee mug? I don't get that. I have a question right now. Let's say your friend, your sister basically, was beating up let's say you're a part demon and you're feeling sympathetic for them now, but earlier on, a couple of days ago, you saw your sister beat a demon's face in with a coffee mug, and you didn't care. Why? Why did you not care? You care now, you feel sympathetic for them, you don't want to kill them now, but earlier, when they weren't brought up by a random other demon, who you might be simping for, that's when you care about the demons. But a day ago, you saw your sister beat their face in, essentially maul them to death with a teapot, and you did not care. Okay. And then Rumi and Genu meet up again. Then they start to grow a bond. They might fall in love, who knows? And
Weird.
then it's revealed that Genu, after this whole musical number, left his family behind.
You just made a mistake.
I left them!
Yeah. I don't think anyone cares. Yeah. And then later on, we see the Idol Awards. We get the Idol Awards scene. And, this might actually be one of the most annoying movie scenes I have seen in my life. I swear, I hated this. I hated watching this. Alright. So, we've got the Sasha boys going first, but then they get into a fight. So, they go up, they do the little golden thing, then they lure out Mira and Zoe to get away from Rumi, and they try to attack her, and they switch out the song for Takedown, and they get rid of the gold. The gold is gone. The gold is gone. And, when they see Rumi next, they essentially just leave her. They leave her.
Really? Why? Why would you do that? What?
And then we get this scene from probably my favorite short that I've ever made.
You just made a mistake.
I left them!
Yeah, I genuinely did not care. I did not care that he left his family behind. To be honest, I honestly saw that twist coming a mile away because Gima didn't use the words. He said you left them behind. You wouldn't say that someone was left behind just because they were taken away. So, yeah. I did not care when I saw that twist coming from a mile away before Gima even revealed it. So, yeah. And then we see Rumi, she confronts her mother. She confronts her essential adopted mother, her mother figure. The person who raised her, basically. And, she turns into a full-on demon. She says, if this is the Hanmoon I'm supposed to protect, I'm glad to see it destroyed. Do you want to know where they go with this? Absolutely freaking nowhere. You have her basically going full-blown villain arc, and you just do nothing with it. Then what was the point of that scene? What do you mean you had a whole scene to set up Rumi becoming a villain? She goes full-blown demon mode. She says that she is glad to see the Hanmoon destroyed if that was one she was supposed to protect. And they go nowhere with it. They go nowhere with it. Then what was the point of that scene? Why'd you have... This movie would have been so much better if they had Mira and Zoe have to get Rumi out of her demon state after she converts. But no, they just went nowhere with that side story, even though they basically set it up. What do you mean? You set up a part of the story only to go nowhere with it. Then what was the point of that scene?
You need to go back to the drawing board because your game absolutely sucks!
I don't get it! What is your mindset? Well, then we get the final scene. And when I tell you, this may be the worst scene in the whole movie. They sing a song about they're basically accepting each other. They're accepting their flaws and their fears, which is and without accepting it, they have been being held back. I kind of get it. It's basically saying you shouldn't hide your faults or fears. You can let them be seen, or else they'll pile up and eventually spring out. But it's what happens in this scene. Why does Gima straight up say, "Stop this song"? Why are you afraid of a song? I swear to God, he literally yells out in pure frustration, "Stop this song!" What do you mean, stop this song? Ah! Okay. And then we get the Saja boys. They're trying to fight them. And yet again, there's an ab joke. I swear to God. Dude. There's so many ab jokes in this film. It's uncomfortable. I genuinely hate it. Okay. Then, Gino sacrifices himself. Okay. He was pretty much supposed to die. I mean, they were gonna do that. You always gotta have that cliche in there. And, the villain turning to be good, and they sacrificed themselves. You always gotta have that one in there, right? And he says this dumb speech like, "Oh, you gave me my soul back. Got all that hope and your family's still homeless." And then I swear to God, this is the scene. Honestly, this is my least favorite scene in the whole movie. So they start singing the song. They finish up the song, and Gima he just gets obliterated. He just gets obliterated. Like, look at this. He starts singing the song, and he just gets. How do you get defeated by a song? Everyone was clowning King Magnifico because he got defeated by a song, but I don't see anyone cloning Gima for that. And also, did you know? I might have to fact check this, but did you know that Gima is played by the actor who did The Front Man? There's no way you can get the actor that played the front man, the actor who played probably the best villain in the genre of realistic fiction and one of the best show villains of all time. One of the best shows ever. He played the villain of one of the best shows ever. And you're telling me that they reduced him to this? Dude. He was only on screen for 4 minutes. I still cannot get over the fact that the main villain of the movie was only on screen for 4 freaking minutes. There's no way you hire the front man to play a role in a movie and you only have his character on screen for 4 minutes.
Look how they massacred my boy.
That is not possible. He just gets obliterated by a song. I think Gima is one of the worst villains in fiction. He barely did anything. he tried to do something, and then a group of 3 people just appear and stop him from doing that. He almost gets sealed. He comes up with a plan to stop it, and it's only for him to get obliterated by a song. I'm pretty sure he's dead. He got killed by a song. He wasn't even trapped in a sphere or whatever. He wasn't even trapped in like a wand. He just got killed. He got absolutely annihilated by a song. Imagine if Goku and Vegeta just started dancing and Frieza just gets absolutely obliterated, or if Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man just start doing a musical in the middle of a fight and Thanos just gets turned to dust. Imagine if that actually was a scene. Everyone would hate it. But for some reason in this, nobody cares. And I don't even want you to say, oh, but it's a musical. Of course you're gonna get defeated by a song. Well, guess what? Wish was a musical. And the villain got defeated by a song. And everyone hated it, including me. And I'm the only one who hates it when a villain of a musical gets defeated by a song when it's a movie that is not Disney's Wish. Dude, that's crazy. That is just crazy to me. Alright, and also I have a question. If Gima is trying to take over the entire planet, why is his entire operation only set up in Korea? Set it up in America. You could set it up in, I don't know, Brazil. You could set it up in other countries in Asia, like Japan or China. But no, you specifically do your base of operation in Korea, where the 3 people who can defeat you are there. And that has to be the worst logic I have ever heard from any villain. Like that's just stupid, man. You're trying to conquer the world, and your base of operation was set up in Korea for the movie. And yeah, and then we get the exposition where they're happy and all stuff, but yeah, what do you expect? It's a children's movie. There's no post-credits scene or anything. And Disney, no. Then Sony is making a sequel to this. They're making a sequel. It's a perfect standalone movie. It does not need a sequel. But because you want more attention, because Chaos Demon Hunters is the #1 streaming movie on Netflix, and according to some people, the #1 best movie in cinema history, you just have to make a sequel, don't you? Just gotta.
We don't care.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Well, this movie, I think it's mid. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's mid. It's mediocre. Some things are good. Some things are good. I want to put that out there, okay? Some things I did like about this movie. But half of this movie, a little bit over of this movie, I did not like at all. It is heavily overrated. How are people calling this movie the #1 best movie in cinema history? I do not know what you are talking about. I have no idea what you are talking about calling K-pop Demon Hunters the #1 best movie in cinema history. I watched this movie with high expectations. I was disappointed. I rewatched it with lower expectations. I was still disappointed. And I rewatched it for a third time with even lowered with expectations that were lowered even more, and I was still disappointed by this movie. Alright? And don't even say anything about the comics about what I said, because
we do not care.
You have to rewatch my video in full detail if you want to understand all of my points, alright? Alright, anyways, have a good day. And if you're a hater of K-pop Demon Hunters, before I made this video, before you watched this video, like for example, one of my friends, you are the GOAT.